Hello, Dr. Conte. I hope all is well through these rough times, but here's my presentation on why I am unique. To begin, I have astigmatism, which, I'm sure you know this, but it's just a fancy word for blurry vision. I have some pretty thick glasses lens. I have really bad eyes, but 80% of Americans have astigmatism, so that's about like 0.8 if we're gonna talk about in terms of people, but 80 out of 100 people have astigmatism. Also, I have a cleft chin, which I thought was a lot more rare than what I found to be about 25% of people having. I definitely thought it was a more unique feature than that, but it's still pretty unique. Another feature that I found and put in about myself is I have webbed fingers, the webbing in between my fingers, which is actually pretty rare. I found that it only occurs in 1 of every 2,000 or so babies, or about 0.0005 people. Next is my belly button. I'm not going to show my belly button for, obvious reasons, but I do have an outie belly button, which 10% of people have. Again, thought it was more rare, but I don't know if that's genetics. I didn't really look into it. I don't know if it's genetics or just the way that your doctor cuts your umbilical cord. But yeah, 10% of people have an outie belly button. This one's a little bit more personal, but I do have bipolar depression or bipolar disorder, which is found in about 2.6% of the population. Basically just means that some days are good, some days are bad, and I don't really get to choose which days are which. So it's definitely a struggle, but I survive the best I can. Just keep on top of everything. The next trait that I chose was my curly hair. Curly hair. It's not super curly now because it's been cut, but when it gets longer, it starts to curl in the back and on the sides, and kind of looks like an afro. It's kind of funny. But 65% of people have curly hair. Very common. And my next trait, which no, it's not my last. I have blue eyes that actually change to be greener color during the winter and fall, but 17% of people have blue eyes. Mine aren't a dark blue, they're more of a greenish blue color right now with some brown mixed in there, like tan. But they eventually, when it becomes warmer outside and more sunlight gets to them, they will turn to be more blue. My height, I am 5 feet 9 inches tall, which is the average height of the American male. So in terms of men, 47%-ish are exactly 5 feet 9 inches tall. Now, I could have been taller. It's in my genetics. My uncle is 6'3", but I got my grandparents' genetics of being around 5'8", 5'9", which again is average, so could be worse. I also chose that I go to college. Obviously, I go to Keystone. Only about 66.9% of men go to college, which kind of surprised me when I saw that. I actually thought it was lower than that because of all of the people that go into trade schools, but I found that it's in an increasing amount of people that are deciding to pursue college after high school instead of going straight into the workforce or go to trade school. So I just found that very interesting, that almost 70% of men go to college after high school. I do roofing work, which is a construction trade. I work for a roofing company that, I mean, I only do it over the summer when I'm not in school, so I can at least focus on my schoolwork, but 2.74% of people work in construction, which, I mean, you see them out all the time, which I thought there would be more of a more construction workers, but only 2.74% of people work in the construction industry. Dangerous, but worth the while. Good pay. So, all in all, I calculated myself to be unique, and that 0.0000002% of people are like me. Or in other terms, 1 in about 5 million people have the exact same traits that I have listed as myself. I'm sure I could have thought of more unique traits about myself, but it was definitely a struggle to find 10 that were very unique. I tried to do my best, sat and thought about it for a few hours and brainstormed, but this is what I came up with. Yeah, thank you.